Hi everyone, welcome to another episode on your Life Peak Coaching channel, and here I am again. If you don't know me yet, my name is Coach Hannah and I'm a YB12 coach from YB12 Coach Australia. So welcome again to another episode. So today it's all gonna be a really fresh episode, meaning that it's a very candid way of doing a video today because I freshly got out actually from She Talks Asia Summit 2019. So if you haven't known or haven't heard of She Talks Asia, so from what I know or from my perspective, She Talks Asia gives an avenue for women to discuss specific topics, relevant topics that are very fitting not only for women but men as well. So I was very fortunate to be able to participate with my best friend yesterday. See, it's very fresh. It's still very fresh, very new. All of the insights that you're gonna get from that summit, I'll be able to share it with you and give also a piece of my own advice or my own take of things of all the topics that were discussed yesterday. So of course, it's a actually more than an 8 hour or 7 to 8 hours of talks. We had so many speakers. There were a lot of influencers that were there. I'm sure you're very familiar with some of them. So we'll run them down and give you some of the relevant questions that were asked during the event as well. So we'll go through the topics that were discussed in She Talks Asia Summit 2019. I know that they did a Facebook Live that you can also tap onto. If you want, you can visit their Facebook page and look for the Facebook Live of the summit, and you can check it out and hear from yourselves as well how it went, what was discussed, what were the interesting things that were shared by a lot of invited speakers, and also the questions that women of our own age. So I've observed that She Talks Asia actually attracted a lot of newly graduates. So from their early 20s to their late 30s, these are the target audience that they had. So it would be very relevant to you as well, who are also my audience, to listen through their own Facebook Live. So I'll go through all the speakers as well and give you some of what were my key takeaways from them. So one that was discussed, the very first one that we listened to was the journey to saying I am enough. So just to give you a background, the theme of She Talks Asia Summit yesterday was we are enough. So when I entered the contest, there's a contest, okay? There's like an essay that you have to answer before you get the ticket to the summit. So one of the question on, well, actually the only question on that essay was that what is the most relevant topic that women of today need to discuss? So my own entry was being fearless, being brave to do what you want, overcoming your fears and self-doubt. So surprisingly, it was very much in theme on the overall theme of the summit. So the theme for the summit is we are enough, meaning that who you are right now, you're meant to be where you are, and you are good enough. You don't have to keep proving yourself, which we always do. So the key speaker that we had in the morning was Riza Maninkil. I think I should pronounce that right. Trillo. So she's actually one of the co-founder of Happy Skin. So if you are a fan of the cosmetic, then you would know who she is. And we were very fortunate to listen to her talk yesterday. So she talked about how she became successful. So she started, she's a straight A student. Of course, this is all in my perception, guys. So you may quote me on this, or like just check out Risa's Facebook, or actually Instagram account for all the talks that she did. So she said about her rise to becoming a model. She was the youngest president of PMAP, which is a non-profit model organization. But the really strong finish that she did on her speech really touched a lot of us, a lot of our hearts. My best friend and I were like tearing up because it was very powerful. Whenever you're in a successful position, everybody has to go through some struggle. So her own is that when she was young, fourth year high school, she actually got pregnant. Of course, when you see her now, Risa, she's a successful entrepreneur. She has Happy Skin that is already 5 years old. Um, as a company, she's a successful model. She is an acclaimed, an awarded, multi-awarded individual for a Female Entrepreneur of the Year. She has an executive MBA from AIM. So you can already see the end result of everything, like what is only shown on social media. But behind that, behind that success, what were her struggles to make her become as strong as a woman she is right now? So her story began with when she was in her fourth year high school. She was a straight A student, and she got pregnant. So she came from a family that, of course, a bit traditional. When they found out that she was pregnant, of course, um, it wasn't easy. And I think anybody would be able to relate that if you got pregnant early on and then it's an unplanned pregnancy, the initial reaction of your family is to be disappointed. But she was actually very wise about it, that when she found out that she was pregnant, she made sure that she was already enrolled in Ateneo before she revealed it. So she was sure that she will be able to study. Of course, her family thought of like sending her in Europe for a couple of months so that she'll get pregnant there, because let's face it, in a traditional setup, especially in a conservative country like the Philippines, on the early years, whenever we find someone that's pregnant early on, especially the tender age of 16, we parents see it as an embarrassment for the family. But good thing that even if Riza was able to experience that, she was not, of course, disowned or sent away. Her family still supported her dreams. And at the age of 23, when she graduated from Ateneo, she was the very first youngest president of PMAP. And her successful story already lives from there. So it's really inspiring that everybody has a struggle before they reach to a certain success. She was privileged, yes, but that doesn't mean she did not work hard for it. Sometimes I admit that sometimes I feel that when people who are very privileged in life and then they don't utilize what they have or maximize it, I feel very upset about it. Because if you have so much in your life right now that could push you forward, why don't you use it? But then again, I'm reminded yesterday that every person, no matter how privileged they are or underprivileged you are given a specific advantage. So for example, person A, rich, right? You have all the money in the world. You have a family who has a really successful business, or you have all the monetary or financial stability that you have. Versus person B, who may not have that financial stability but has the street smart, be able to be very strategic on things, because we're not all given same advantages in life. It's up to us how to utilize it. So I'm reminded of, because sometimes, of course, I did not come from a very privileged family. We get by, okay, but I forget sometimes, or at least I feel sometimes life isn't fair, and I wish I have more capital to put in my business. I wish money can grow on trees, or sometimes I wish that we had it better. But then again, I realized that, hey, I was born smart. At least I have my own way of getting successes in life, and it's not the same as others. And the good thing about it is that one of the key themes or key ideas or insight that we got from the She Talks Asia Summit was that stop comparing yourself to other people's successes. Everybody reaches a certain peak in their life, and we get there in our own pace and in our own time. So it's a process. Life is a journey. Some of us get our successes in just like a year or 2 years. Some I'm getting ahead of myself, but there's like Kim Jones. She's been in Instagram for 6 years before she actually got her success, right? And her message to come across. So it's learning to be patient. I get impatient most of the time because of course there are, you have this internal deadlines that you have, but you have every business that you enter or anything, a career, a job, um, a love life, it comes with time and it comes at the right time. So it's learning to be patient in all of these things, which is beautifully discussed in She Talks Asia Summit. Hey guys, it's the only time we have for today's episode, and I really enjoyed it. And I hope you did enjoy the episode today. And there's so many things that's gonna come your way regarding this topic we had for the She Talks Asia Summit. So don't forget again, if you do like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And of course, subscribe so that you'll be notified every time we have a video up. And of course, if you have any questions that you want to know or you want to engage with us, do please follow us or DM us at LifePeak Coaching in our Instagram and Facebook, or visit us at www.lifepeakcoaching.com. See you there. Bye!